Hello and welcome to Multi-Movie Monday. I'm your host, Lead Universe, and when I'm not going around and protecting the universe more than once, besides, how do you think I've owned my official little own universe that I saved the world from single-handedly more times than Luke Skywalker, Captain Kirk, and Captain Jean-Luc Picard combined? I'm in my own little universe reviewing movies, and today is Space Oddity Day. Yes, named after the probably most famous of David Bowie songs. Why? I'm a David Bowie fan, so sue me. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at 3 space-themed movies, and some that will be practically better than others here. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll start things off with The Last Starfighter. Pretty much what people would call a staple of the sci-fi movies. I picked this up at a tag sale for only $1, boys and girls. So, yeah, released in 1984, basically after the success of the Star Wars franchise. So, is this movie any good as it's believed to be? Well, some of you sci-fi guys and gals would say yes. I would beg to differ and say, kind of, but let's explain. This is my review of The Last Starfighter. We begin The Last Starfighter opening up on a trailer park town, which is basically almost straight out of Ready Player One, and we get to meet our first main character, Alex. What? What? Oh, no, the dog is not the main character. Yes, it'd be an arguably better movie, but the dog is not the main character, and the dog is not named Alex. At least as far as I know, the dog is not named Alex. No. This is not Alex. This is Alex, played by the legendary Lance Getz, as he's playing a game called, well, you guessed it, The Last Starfighter, and it turns out that Alex is pretty good at the game. There's just one small problem, though. Alex has a wicked hot girlfriend, and yet he'd rather spend his afternoon playing video games and looking through the mail, seeing if he got accepted in college. So when Alex's girlfriend comes back home, what did you expect to see him doing except playing a video game? Alex, you are going to be a broken up man pretty soon. But it's not long before Alex breaks the high score on the machine, and it turns out that everybody is watching him to cheer him on. Okay, I thought these people had lives. But after his video game success, Alex returns back home to find out that he's not accepted into the college that he wants, making him very understandably depressed. Outside, he runs into a DeLorean, and yes, that's exactly what it is. Thank you, Steven Spielberg. As he meets probably one of the most infamous characters in this movie, Chitauri. Yes, Alex jumped into the vehicle of a man named Chitauri, played by the talented Robert Preston, as Preston tells him that the galaxy needs his help. So the movie does have some pretty good computer graphics, but to be noted, I have seen better, and this is kind of lame, truthfully. It's not long before he's brought to the last Starfighter HQ up in space and is told that he's going to join the last Starfighter Corps. You know how people like the X-Wing from Star Wars? That's basically the point of this whole movie. Also, I don't know how old this kid is, but he owns Playboy magazines. I am so jealous of this little dude, truthfully. All I had to grow up on was basically nothing. But anyways, Alex soon sees what he's in for, as the main speaker of the academy talks to all the new trainees about what they're going to be doing. Turns out, Alex is going to be saving the universe, as he soon meets Greg, played by the legendary Dan O'Hurley, which you probably couldn't tell that's him underneath all the makeup. As was soon met by the villain of this movie, he makes his appearance very similar to Zordon of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Wow. But it turns out that Alex just wanted to go back home. He had no intention of saving the universe, and he does not sure if the universe wants him as a protector. So Chitauri just leaves him back on Earth, even though he knows he's going to be put in harm's way. It's not long before Alex is put in harm's way from an alien assassin, and Chitauri takes him back to the Starfighter HQ, where Alex learns that everything has went into shambles. This is where Alex learns that he's among one of the last Starfighters to fight for the Starfighter and the Galactic Empire and all that other jazz and shit. While I kind of summed up everything really quickly, The Last Starfighter is not one of the worst sci-fi movies I've ever seen. In fact, it's kind of good, but there's some flaws too. Particularly in the computer graphics. While I admit for 1984, they probably were groundbreaking and revolutionary to check out. But nowadays, where we have CG, it's a lot different. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not particularly good either. But like Starfighter, if you like Star Trek and Star Wars, you will definitely probably get some enjoyment out of this movie. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that I'm recommending this movie because it's not bad, but it's not great either. I'm just saying check it out if you want something new to watch and something that's a breath of fresh air, so to speak, in the sci-fi realm. Our next movie comes to us based off of a book by Douglas Adams, the legendary Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. To be fair, I found this practically brand new, having the whole entire crap in it and shebang like that at a thrift store for only $3. How could I say no? I have never seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy before. I think it was last year when I picked this up, and you know what? I'm actually pleasantly surprised of how damn good it is. So, with all that being said, let's take a look at Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and see if we can save the universe this time around. We begin our movie opening up to Arthur Dent, played by the talented Martin Freeman, as Martin seems to be getting ready for a day without noticing what's going to happen. Turns out his home is going to be destroyed. And what's more, he wants to protect it because his parents left him it, and it's the only reminder that he has of his parents. Ah, how sweet, they're still gonna destroy it. It's not long before he's meted by his best friend, played by the legendary Mos Def. Yes, that's Mos Def right there. As it turns out, he's gonna try to help Arthur the best way he can. By getting drunk at a bar. What are best friends for? As he reminds Arthur about how he saved him. It's not long before Arthur remembered about his love interest, played by Joey Daffnell, named Trifia, who is honestly probably one of the funniest people from this movie aside from Martin Freeman. But it's not long before Arthur realizes, wait, the whole entire Earth is going to be destroyed, so it's up to his best friend to call for a ride to the galaxy. As it turns out, they're picked up by the guys that just destroyed Earth, these aliens, and they are not so keen on keeping them left alive. But they're ended up saved by Zoe Deschanel herself and also Alan Rickman. God bless you, Alan Rickman. Nothing too crazy for you. And Martin, the depressed robot, played by the legendary Warwick Davis. And if that name sounds familiar, it really should. As this is our ragtag team of the Earth Saviors. Most of this movie has to do with our main hero trying to figure out how to bring back the Earth. And that's actually pretty much the good part of it. It had them all relying on saving Earth. The problem is, none of these people know exactly how to save the Earth. They only know of one being that they can ask, and that's at the center of the universe. The problem is, this old ancient being sometimes takes so many years in order to answer one question, and Arthur doesn't feel like sticking around. They do somehow find out, after being taken by their enemy, that, well, there is someone that they can ask. Someone that's technically God. And he finds God, who was like this, but he played by the legendary science guy himself, Bill Nye. Bill tells Arthur not to worry because he is in fact building what is considered a new Earth, and he wants to take Arthur there as his first new colonist. As in fact, he is one for one recreating the Earth. Bill Nye in this movie is God. Think about that for a moment. Let that sink in. Bill Nye is God. But it turns out that while everything may seem perfect and whatnot, there's still something lurking in the distance. The aliens that want to destroy the Earth. And it's not long before they arrive by the hundreds and ready to destroy the Earth. But it's not the Earthlings that destroy them, it's Marvin. I think that the funniest part of this movie is that Marvin, the depressed robot who wants nothing to do with the entire crap, saves the world by accident. That is so damn funny. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a great sci-fi comedy It gets me laughing and cracking up every single time, and had some of my favorite lines of dialogue throughout the movie, plus an amazing talented cast. If you're looking for a great movie to watch that's brand new or a breath of fresh air for you guys and gals, I highly of highest regards recommend Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, Jesus Christ, will you stay? I'm just gonna hold this because it's being a fucking dick to me right now. So the next movie on that we have to talk about on this list comes from also a comic book company that also produced Men in Black, and that is Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets. Now, I for one am a big fan of this movie, despite some people probably not liking it or probably hating it. So, let's go to Valerian and find the City of the Lost Planets. Valerian is a movie that opens up to a familiar song by one talented David Bowie. Can you guess what it is? Why the hell did you think I would name this Space Oddity Day after that brilliant song? Anyway, similar to Star Wars, a planet is destroyed and Valerian, played by Dane Denon, and his girlfriend, Cara Delevingne, noticed something wrong. You can tell that these two are in a relationship, I mean, that much is true, but they don't care about one another. So, and also, if you like Star Trek, they're in a simulation. Also, to let you guys know, Valerian is technically a space bounty hunter, almost like a Mandalorian. And he comes dressed like this. Wonderful. The whole purpose of the movie is to find the missing city known only as Alpha. Oh, I can think of it Alpha from Power Rangers, but no. Anyways, it turns out that they gotta find what happened. And this movie takes them to some brilliant and breathtaking places. My goodness, well, not a lot of characters are really the main focal impact of this movie, but some of the special effects, the cast, and everything, it's just so breathtaking. They even go to technically a trash planet straight out of Star Wars. Yep, you're seeing it correctly. But it's not long before they find someone who probably knows what happened to the planet. A alien played by the talented singer Rihanna. And my favorite scene of this movie. I'm sorry to say this, but the dance sequence with Rihanna is kinda pretty sexy and hot. And Rihanna is actually a shapeshifter who only looks like Rihanna despite the fact that she's not. So the shapeshifter takes different forms to make men's pleasures happen. It kind of reminds me of Starfighter from Teen Titans. But sadly in this movie, Rihanna doesn't last that long, as after helping Valerian make an escape, she soon dies. We will always remember you for your sexy song and dance number. I like to be remembered for something else. We will remember you for the sexy song and dance number. God damn it. It's not long before they meet the last known survivors of Alpha who tell them that their planet was just suddenly destroyed. Out of some weird coincidence to them, hiding out in basically Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy base. While the movie is good, here's the part that loses me. These aliens. The rest of them were pretty much either practical effects or CG'd, but these guys are people in makeup that don't even look that good. And when you have a movie put together by James Cameron showing us cat people that are aliens and look really damn decent, and then you see these, you begin to lower your expectations. The Alpha people soon tell them that they live on a world that basically inhabited of dragons that shit crystals for some reason, as they tell them that well, their planet was soon destroyed. Very similar to the opening of Star Wars. How did this happen? It turns out that the people that they work for, the Space Defense Administration, turned against Alpha because they want their power source. Wow, this sounds a lot like Avatar. If you like space movies that are basically different and also have a unique theme going for it, I highly recommend Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. While true, a bunch of people would probably say that this movie is not as good as like Star Wars, Star Trek, etc., I beg to differ because Valerian is pretty damn impressive for what it is. What this movie is a dramatic space opera, and that's exactly what it's intended to be, and it has a really good story with an impressive cast of characters. If you're a fan of Star Wars and Star Trek, you would get a kick out of Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, so I'd highly recommend it if you want to check it out. So, what are my final thoughts with these movies? Well, The Last Starfighter is pretty much great. Not a classic in my eyes, but still, nonetheless, a pretty good film. I mean, yeah, the cast isn't as talented as, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or Valerian, but they are doing their very best at being, well, a cast of this movie. Case in point, also the computer graphics are not quite ingenious. And if you take a look at something like Transformers Beast Wars that was all computer generated or even Reboot, it's a lot more sincere what these movies are basically going for. But for 1984, they were pretty impressive, but I just couldn't get myself really in the mood to like it for practically what it is. I'm a guy that mostly sometimes like practical effects a lot more than CG effects. If you can do them well, then I will like it, like for example Godzilla 2014 or even Pacific Rim. But this, not so much. It's still good, it's not bad, but it's just not my cup of tea, so to speak. The next movie is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and by dear God, you people need to see this movie. If not for the talented cast itself, it has one impressive, amazing story, and the comedy is really, really good. If you guys like space comedies or you just like basically any parodies of other films, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy will make you happy, especially with the all-star cast, like I said, Alan Rickman, Martin Freeman, Zoe Deschanel, Bill fucking Nye, the science guy. This movie is definitely up your alley if you like any of those actors and actresses. They are really good in this movie. And the final one is Valerian. And while I didn't talk about a lot of Valerian's plot and whatnot, because people really do need to see this movie, it's not bad. I wouldn't. A lot of people would probably say that it's not great, and no, it does have some flaws, but it's not bad. It's definitely a lot more worth watching than probably say the last Starfighter or some sci-fi movies that people really hate, especially that comes off of the Sci-Fi channel nowadays. Sharknado, to saying, isn't it? But I would really recommend checking out Valerian and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy a lot more than Last Starfighter. If you are a fan of The Last Starfighter, don't feel offended by what I said. It's just my opinion, and my opinion doesn't mean anything more than you guys and gals' own opinion. So, that is one down. Next week it'll be before Thanksgiving, so I will have to give my thanks to you guys. And also it'll be Thankful Mythology Day because I'm a guy that really does like mythology of different types. We're taking a look at 3 mythology movies that take place in Japan, Asian Greece, and China of all places. So we're really jumping around the map here, so to speak. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also join me on Twitter with the link in the description down below. And thank you guys so much for all the subscribers and all the support at the moment. If we can hit 100 subscribers at some point, I will review well, because probably a lot of people would be happy if I mentioned his name, for his 68th birthday and his 68th anniversary, I will take a look at 4 Godzilla movies. I will not say which ones, I will just pick 4 of my favorites, and I will review them. I am dead serious with you people. So if we can reach 100 subscribers for my 100 subscriber special, I will take a look at 4 Godzilla movies. No joke. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to remember that. And I will see you guys next time on the next Multi Movie Mondays. Plenty more Mondays, plenty more movies, and until next time.